So Neil says the rise of flat earthers in society provides some of the best evidence for the failure of our educational system. No, Neil provides some of the best evidence for the failure of indoctrination. Flat. You are an actor. There you go, buddy. Hope you enjoy that, Neil.
We're going to tell you everything you ever wanted to know, and perhaps what you didn't even want to know about the upcoming Great American. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson. Chuck Nice.
Hey.
Tweeting at Chuck Nice comic.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Hey, man. On Twitter. We've got with us on video call the one, the only, the guy who knows the night sky better than anyone I've ever met, Joe Rail, an associate at the Hayden Planetarium, and he's a meteorologist, like lifetime television meteorologist.
Yeah.
He's got that meteorologist voice too.
He does.
Let me hear some of that voice, Joe.
This morning for breakfast I had some eggs vorticity.
Very good. Okay.
Very nice.
Okay.
Awesome. All right.
We got 1 minute left?
We got 1 minute left.
In this segment.
All right, you know what? So, since we got 1 minute left, I'm going to give you a, okay, I got to do this because I got to ask you this question just because Andrew Hanks wants to know this, and I'm taking him seriously, okay? Will the sun melt the moon when it passes in front of it? I'm not too keen on cheese, and I don't fancy it raining down on me when I go shopping. I did not make that up. Andrew Hanks wants to know, will the sun melt the moon when it passes in front of it?
Okay, here's the thing. Given how many people think today that Earth is flat,
Right.
this is a high-level question. I'm impressed. We're getting better. At least it's thinking about the thermodynamics of the situation.
Absolutely. See, that's why I asked it, because I knew, and no matter what, Neil will find a way to answer someone's question. I don't care how stupid it is.
Hey, Goons, maybe you better go ask your buddy, Neil Tyson. Why don't we see any other oblate spheroids and pear shapes above our head?
Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning, and it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere, it's oblate, and officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped.
How do you like it? They tell you all the time what to do, what to think, what to feel. Do you want to be like a sheep? Like all those other people, man? Do you understand? That piece of shit up there, I never like him. I never trusted him.
I mean, that's been one of their favorite ways to convince the masses that they live on a 3D spinning sphere. Just have them look up at the shapes above their head. Now all of a sudden, because Neil Tyson can just come out and say we live on an oblate spheroid and it's pear-shaped, and you know, so from all the spinning and everything, it's flattening out slowly, right? Don't you find that odd? I mean, aren't you guys supposed to believe that you resemble the shapes you see above your head? So why are we all of a sudden unique? And we're supposed to have this special shape now. After NASA faked getting your ball Earth picture, right?
This is a segment that they believed wasn't even being recorded, much less suitable for broadcast, for the lens was being zoomed out and the scene was being changed to that of an interior of the astronauts at work, and apparently the stop button popped back up on the recorder without notice. Here is the diffused work light that they used to see camera controls, but not throw light onto the spacecraft's wall. Here they remove part of the crescent insert. Finally, the iris is opened up and you can see the real location of the camera and the very bright and near Earth out the window. Here is the slate for the 19th of July, and the same shot of trickery on the 19th of July, and then the 20th, and the same misleading shot on the 20th. Later that evening, they were said to be walking on the moon. How can this be when they were in Earth orbit only 9 hours earlier, and the moon is some 3 days' journey away?
I mean, now all of a sudden we have this other shape. And then the recent Russian footage, you know, the fake fraud footage that they put out, we're still resembling that of a perfect 3D sphere. So, based on the math for that 3D sphere, there's no curvature, right? You haven't found any curvature. Yet all you goons out there keep running around thinking that the moon, for some reason, when there's an eclipse, is giving us the shadow of your beloved ball Earth curvature. I just find it amusing that you people are running around and your own buddy Neil Tyson sits there and says you live on an oblate spheroid, pear-shaped, and nothing above your head resembles that. And you guys are supposed to, that's supposed to be one of your ways, you know, that you guys can point out that, yeah, that's for, you know, what you see above your head is what you stand on. You guys better wake up. This topic is something I've covered before, and I've covered no south to north circumnavigation before, and this is very important to me. This is something that I consider to be one of the biggest proofs that we don't live on a spinning ball. Okay, so when people ask, hey, you know, what is it that, you know, what kind of proof do you adhere to, or what are your biggest proofs? Besides the missing curvature and the NASA fraud, it doesn't get any bigger than no north-south circumnavigation of a spinning ball. Okay, it's never been done. They've done plenty of east and west. As I was reporting to the Triton, I remember saying, this ship is an unusual one. We've got to do something special with it. What could it be? We talked about it a little bit. Nobody had any ideas. Finally, I got an idea. We'll do a stunt. We'll go around the world from North Pole to South Pole. That was my brainstorm. Pretty good brainstorm, bud. Captain Edward L. Beach, sir. That was my brainstorm. If you take a look at the map of the world, you'll see that it's not a very easy way to go. So we didn't do that. But I do remember thinking of it, and I made a speech to the crew advising them of my thinking. That we were going to put this ship on the map. Well, that died out. Suddenly a phone call came asking me if I could be in Washington tomorrow. I wonder why. Wonder why. Maybe because they couldn't go around it, huh? Think that could be it, guys? What do you think? I'll let you look at that and reflect upon that. I don't see any good reason for that to have not happened. None. Nobody can come on this channel and write a comment and give me any good reason for it. Nobody. You could, I mean, if you're a goon and a baller that, or somebody trying to protect a lie, sorry, there's nothing that you can say. The only thing that you could say to me that would prove anything would be, hey, here, bro, here's the proof that somebody did that. Here it is. Sorry, you don't have it. I'm worried about, see my chair where I'm sitting right here? I'm worried about that way, and that way. I ain't worried about that. I'm not. I don't give a shit. I want to find out how much of all this there is. I want to know why that Triton didn't go around and do a circumnavigation around it. I want to know why going east and west is the only way that they're allowed to go. That's what I want to know. If you guys are legit, and all you ball proponents, and all you eggheads out there that say we live on a pear, Neil deGrasse Tyson, egghead, if that's where we live, then you better prove it. I don't want to see you tweeting that flat Earth is a failure of the education system. I don't want to see that. Because it's not. What it is it's a failure of the indoctrination system, Jack. And you're an actor. Yeah, I saw the eclipse today over my area of Tennessee. But does that mean we live on a ball? Nope. So Neil deGrasse Tyson, just like I said, you're an actor. You better start answering some real questions. You better start providing proof of where we live. There's zero curvature. They've never given us one full spin. The clouds moving and morphing. Okay, you want to know how that eclipse can happen on a flat Earth? Here you go, there's a basic concept right there. Take a look at that, Neil. Take a look at that, baller goons. Okay? It certainly can happen on the flat Earth. This concept right here shows it. Steve Torrance. Subscribe to him. Steve Torrance on YouTube. Get his views up and share his work with everyone you know. Okay? Full expedition across Antarctica. That's the key. Photo or painting. Start waking people up. Neil deGrasse Tyson, you're an actor. Prove the ball. Come on. Come on in. Welcome to the flat Earth. There it is behind you. Witness it. It's flat. It's not a ball.
Oh, hey, how you doing? It's me. It's just my painting on my shirt that you thought was the real Earth for a second.
I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth. The unsilent majority. Who am I? I'm the unsilent majority, big mouth. The unsilent majority. The unsilent majority. Who am I? The unsilent majority. Big mouth. The unsilent majority. Who am I? The unsilent majority. Big mouth. The unsilent majority.
That voice, Joe.
This morning for breakfast, I had some eggs vorticity.
Very good. Okay.
Very nice.
Okay, so all right. 1 minute left?
We got 1 minute left.
In this segment.
All right, you know what? So, since we got 1 minute left, I'm going to give you a, what? Okay, I got to do this because I got to ask you this question just because Andrew Hanks wants to know this, and I'm taking him seriously, okay?
So Neil says the rise of flat earthers in society provides some of the best evidence for the failure of our educational system. No, Neil provides some of the best evidence for the failure of.
Will the sun melt the moon when it passes in front of it? I'm not too keen on cheese, and I don't fancy it raining down on me when I I go shopping? I did not make that up. Andrew Hanks wants to know, will the sun melt the moon?
Okay, here's the thing. Given how many people think today that Earth is flat,
Right.
Nation. Flat. You are actor. There you go, buddy. Hope you enjoy that, Neil.
we're going to tell you everything you ever wanted to know and perhaps what you didn't even want to know about the upcoming Great American. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson. Chuck Nice.
Hey.
Tweeting at Chuck Nice Comic.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Okay, man. On Twitter. We've got with us on video call the one, the only, the guy who knows the nice guy better than anyone I've ever met, Joe Rail, an associate at the Hayden Planetarium. And he's a meteorologist, like lifetime television meteorologist.
Yeah.
He's got that meteorologist voice, too.
He does.
Let me hear some.